Welcome everyone. We are about to do a glutes and thighs workout on the reformer. So this is an intermediate level workout, and it's gonna be really quick, and we're gonna go right into it. So I am using a Marathon reformer. That means that I'm using one heavy spring for the first exercise and one light spring. So depending on what equipment you have, you might have to adjust the resistance accordingly. I'm also gonna use a platform extender, but if you don't have one, you can put your foot on the platform itself. I have my box against the shoulder rest, and we're gonna start with what I call the sprinter start. So what I'm gonna do is come onto the platform with one foot over toward the side. My back foot is gonna go right against the box here, and I'm just gonna press out and come back in. So let's talk about a few things here. I want my spine lengthened from head to tail, so I want to stay in as neutral, long spine as I can. I'm pushing with my heel. Everything else is staying stable. I exhale out and inhale, return. And I want to emphasize on pulling the back of my thigh up, so I really feel that glute work there. I'm going to press out a few more times. You're going to feel you're not just working that back leg, you can feel that front leg working too. And two more, and one more. Then I'm gonna come in, over, I'm just gonna switch over to that other side, and we're gonna do that same thing. Press out and come back in. Exhale, press. Focus on the shoulders being open. You're gonna inhale through your nose, and you're gonna exhale like you're blowing through a straw. That's gonna help you recruit your abdominals even more. Try not to round your shoulders forward, draw them back. Let's do that a couple more times here, pressing out. And two more. And one more time. And then come back in. All right, from there, I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna use that same spring, and I'm gonna take my feet. I'm gonna put one against the box, one on the platform, and I'm just gonna press out and come back in. And again, pushing out and returning. Now, in this position, get your knees to be straight, but not hyperextended. You also want to focus on getting your pelvis vertical here. So you don't want to kind of tip forward or back. You want your shoulders open. Exhale as you press. Inhale to return. Now on this next one, should be feeling that already. Press halfway out. From here, I'm going to come down to a squat. Be really careful the knees track over the center of the feet here, and then come back up. My goal is to keep the carriage from moving. So you're really working not just the muscles you normally work on a squat, but you're working your abductors here, the outer thigh, the outer glute, to make sure that that carriage stays as still as possible. Hold this next one down, and you're gonna press with both legs and come back into that squat. Don't cave your knees in. Exhale, press out and come back in. Let's do three more. Press and come back in. And two more. Press. Feel those glutes work. And one more time. Press out. Now come halfway in, rise up, and then return the carriage to the stopper. Step onto that platform side, and let's do that same thing facing this way. So I'm gonna start just pressing out and coming back in. Exhale to press. Your body's gonna wanna lean. I want you to stay nice and tall here the whole time. Pushing through the heels more than the ball of your foot here, so you really feel the glute engagement. On the next one, we're gonna press out. You're gonna come halfway in, and from here, you're gonna come down and come up. We're focusing on keeping that spine as lengthened as possible, sitting into the heels a little bit here, so you really feel the glutes kick in. Holding the carriage steady, key part to this. And one more, we're gonna hold this one down, and from here, push out, and then return to the squat. So your hips stay the same height, and come back in. And exhale, press, and come back in. Two more, push, and come back in. We've got one more, press right out there. Halfway in, rise up, and then return. Okay, from there, be careful stepping down. Woo! Hopefully you can feel those glutes. We're gonna take the box off for a second, put it off to the side, and I'm gonna come up, and you can keep that heavy and light spring on, or just go to a heavy, and you're gonna step up on, always on the platform side, and then come down into this squat. What I'm gonna do is angle my foot here, so that it's on the edge of the carriage. My knee needs to follow that line too. Take my hands behind my back, and I just press that carriage out. So here, it's skating, pushing through the side. My hip is directly over my foot on this side, and my knee, foot, and hip have really good alignment. So I'm really working this leg as well, and I'm moving this leg, pushing out. And press. And 2 more. And 1 more. Now, keep the carriage out there. To return the carriage, I'm gonna stand up and straighten this support leg, and then I'm gonna bend it to go out. So this is the skater slide. And come back up and exhale down. Really important, guys. Keep this alignment here, knee and hip and foot in alignment. So you're really getting that single leg squat as this leg goes out to the side. 2 more, and 1 more time, a really good one here. And come up, carefully step onto the platform, turn around, and let's come down into our skater position and press. And come back in, and again, push out there. And press. Hold this side really still. We're mobilizing this side. You're exhaling as you press out. And again, push and push. 2 to go. So about 8 to 10 of everything. On the last one, you hold it straight, lengthen up to bring the carriage in, slide it back out, going down into your squat. And again, press out and come back up. And sink. Woo! Stay right over this foot here. Don't start traveling out with your body. Keep just the leg travels out. And 3 more. Sink. And 2 more. And 1 more time. Sink out there. Come on up and carefully step in and down. All right, now we're gonna come down onto the carriage here. And so you can get rid of your platform extender. Bring your foot bar up, and that was a lot of glutes. We're gonna focus on some quad, more quad here. So I would go a heavy and a light. I'm gonna have my hands on the foot bar, my feet against the shoulder rest, and we're gonna do knee stretches, knees off. So I'm gonna come off here, and I'm gonna push the carriage out, and then bring it back in, keeping the knees low. Now guys, don't lock your elbows out. Hug the whole bar with your hand. That helps disperse the weight, and then shift your weight back toward your legs. Pull it in. And exhale, bring it in. 3 more. And 2. And 1. And then gently come down onto the carriage. Take a little break. Now we're gonna go back up, and our next one, we're gonna do our mountain climbers. So from here, this is a super cool one for me. You're gonna come up, off, shift back, push back with one leg, meet halfway, drive the other knee in, and pull. And pull, make it smooth. And pull, don't start shifting over the foot bar. Pull. And exhale, pull. That's it, keep the breath flowing. 10. And 9. And 8. 7, we got it. And exhale, 6, don't start coming forward. 5, try to stay low here. 4. And 3. And 2. 1 more, press. In. And lower down. All right, from there, we're gonna switch gears here, and we're gonna go into a hip lift. So I want the headrest down. I'm gonna come to 2 heavy and 1 light, and come down onto the carriage, place my heels right on the bar, and I'm just gonna float the hips off about 1 inch. Now, I keep a neutral alignment there, and I'm gonna push out and drive the carriage home. Press away. So I'm hovering the whole time. It's about a hand's thickness between my bum and the carriage. And I maintain that, pushing out and returning. Now don't snap your knees. Slow down if you feel like you're locking your knees out at the end. You really want to be able to put the brakes on here and control that movement. And press. 3. And 2. Make sure your hips aren't lifting up. 1. And down. Now, from here, you're gonna go into a turned out position. So second position. And same thing, you're gonna float up off the carriage and press out. Really gonna feel this work in the lateral aspect of the hamstring and the glute. Try to relax the shoulders and arms. Keep the breath flowing. Exhale out. Inhale to return. Get that good range of motion here. Pressing and returning. And we've got 5 more. And 4, and come back in, just 3 more. and 2. 1 more. Now return that carriage with control first, and then lower the hips down. Now, we're gonna lower the resistance, take it down to 2 heavy springs, and we're gonna use our straps here. Fun variation for you. I'm gonna come down onto the carriage. I'm gonna take the straps, and I'm gonna place them on my opposite feet. So, they're gonna be crossed. Be careful getting in. If you haven't done this before, it feels like you put the straps on for the very first time again. Your legs are gonna wanna go all over the place. You're gonna hold the legs parallel. You're gonna press out and come in. Try to keep them going in a straight line and only at this distance apart. Super challenging here. All of those deep stabilizers are working. Try to keep your neutral, meaning you have a little space between your lower back and the carriage. From here, as I press out, I'm gonna keep the feet flexed and I'm gonna push the heels out. Now don't go too low with the legs so you get a rope burn. And exhale, press out. Keep the heels pressing toward the opposite corner of the ceiling and come back in and press and in and press. Keep the breath flowing. Press through that heel. 2 more, push out, and 1 more. Now bring the legs back to parallel, hip distance apart, and just lift and lower. Guys, don't lock your knees here. You want to keep that softness in the knee and feel pull from the glute and hamstring right where they attach, rather than down across the knee. Exhale down. Woo! Inhale up and pull it down. Last 2. Don't pull too low. The rope shouldn't hit you. And 1 more time. And lower it back down. Now from there, I'm going to bend my knees and just take those straps off and come on up. Now we're going to finish with a little butt blaster work here. So I'm going to use 1 heavy. You can go up higher than that if you want. And then I'm going to stand right next to the carriage here. So it's a little bit of a different position than when I was standing. I'm getting a lot more knee flexion. Let's go up to 1 heavy, 1 light. And press back. That's it. And control it. Push back. Full range here. And we've got 5. And 4. Just to finish it off here. 3. It's good to be standing on something solid. 2. And 1. Now right here, midway, and give me 10 presses. 9, 8, 7, 6. Don't lock this knee out. 5. Stand up on something if you need some help. 3, 2, 1. Push and return. Okay, now I'm going to go down to just that 1 regular spring now. I'm going to move my foot on the floor forward, and I'm just going to give myself a little stretch back and forward and up. 2 more. Sink and press. Forward and up. And 1 more. Sink and push back. Just nice fluid breath. And forward and up. Let's switch on over to the other side. So 1 heavy, 1 light. Foot on the floor halfway back. Hands resting on the foot bar. Spine lengthen. And just push into that heel and come back in. Press back. And push right into the heel. You should be able to feel the back of the thigh as well as the front of the thigh here. And back in. Good. Nice big range. Get it almost to the stopper without crashing into it. So we're moving at a quicker pace, but everything is still controlled. 2 more. 1 more. Let's go halfway and give me 10 pulses there. 10. 9. Try to press through that heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good press. And then return it. Now, let's go to the light, take the light spring off. So we just have 1 heavy. You're gonna sink down and press back and get that stretch in here. Come forward and up. And again, sink and press. Forward and up. And just 2 more. Down and back. Forward and up. And 1 more time. Pressing back through. Come all the way forward. And up. Woo! I hope you like that workout. It was super fast and super effective. I'm feeling my glutes and my thighs. I hope you are too. And if you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe to us because we're going to be putting out a new workout every week. And if you really like the workouts and you want to see full-length workouts that you can download and get the notes, join me on johngareytv.com and download our app. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you liked it. See you again next time.